Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about IELTS Writing Task 1. Our lesson is going to be based on a bar chart. Now, before we begin the lesson, I would just like to remind you that if you find this lesson helpful, then please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with others on all your social media platforms and subscribe to the channel for more helpful videos. Now, let's get into our lesson. I'm going to begin by giving you some information about writing task 1. You get 20 minutes to write your task 1, 20 minutes. You should write more than 150 words. Your task 1 is marked on task achievement, that is how well you have responded to all the parts of the question. You will be marked on coherence and cohesion, that is how well you organize your ideas in paragraphs, how you develop them using linking words within the paragraphs. Your essay is also going to be marked on vocabulary, that is how relevant the words that you have used are within the context of the topic or the question that you have been given. You will also be marked on grammar. So you will be marked on 4 things: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, vocabulary, and grammar. Now, the academic writing task 1 is usually a report. You could get a bar chart, a line graph, a pie chart, a table, a map, or a diagram process. However, for the general training, your writing task 1 is always a letter. Now, that means that this particular lesson is meant for the academic IELTS students. Now that you know all there is to know about writing task 1 in terms of the time, the length of the essay you should write, and how your essay is going to be marked, let's get into our question. Now, the first thing that you do is you look at the diagram that you have been given, and then look at the information that IELTS has provided you with. You have to be really quick because you've only got 20 minutes. So have a look at the diagram and the information, which is the chart on the left shows the global sales of different types of digital games from 2010 to 2014. I would underline global sales, and I would also underline digital games. So the chart is showing us the different types of digital games that were sold from 2010 to 2014 globally. That means all over the world. Now, let's look at the diagram. When you look at the diagram, you have 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014. And then vertically, you have 5, 10, and 15. And that is in US dollars. And then if you look right at the top, you are given a key to help you to understand the bar chart. Red is for mobile phone games. Blue is for online games. green is console games, and black is handheld games. So once you have understood the bar chart, with the help of the information that IELTS has provided you with and the key, the next thing that you do is very quickly you move on to write the introduction. What should you write in the introduction? Before we get to that, remember that your IELTS Writing Task 1 should only be 4 paragraphs. The introduction, the overview, and 2 body paragraphs. The introduction, the overview, and 2 body paragraphs. In this lesson, we are only going to learn how to write the introduction and the overview, and in the next video, I will teach you how to write the body paragraphs 3 and 4 for this same bar chart. So I recommend once you have watched this video, you watch the next video on how to write the body paragraphs 3 and body paragraphs 4. So don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification bell on so that as soon as I upload the next video, then you receive it immediately. So let's begin with the introduction. What should you write in the introduction? This is the easiest thing that you should write. The reason is you're only supposed to paraphrase the information that is given to you. That information is already with you in the exam room. So all you have to do is paraphrase it. What does it mean to paraphrase? It means that you write the information that is given to you by IELTS in your own words. And your introduction should be either 1 or 2 sentences, not more. Remember, you've only got 20 minutes. It's very little time. So let's begin. Paraphrasing means that you replace the words in IELTS statement with your own words, that is, word synonyms. Now let's begin paraphrasing IELTS information or statement. The chart on the left, so the chart, we're going to keep that. We're going to write the bar chart. Now remember, when you're paraphrasing IELTS information, you're allowed to keep some keywords if changing them is going to affect the original meaning. So you can keep some keywords and also you can change the word form. Okay, you can change the word form. Now let's see how to do that. So the chart, we are going to keep that. So we write the bar chart. Shows, we are going to replace that with a Band 9 advanced vocabulary, and that is exhibits. Shows and exhibits mean exactly the same. And don't forget to write it in the correct tense. You can see shows in IELTS statement has an S at the end. So don't forget to add the S as well. You need to make sure that the tense is also the same. So don't forget to add the S at the end. So the bar chart exhibits, it shows the global sales. We are going to replace the word global with worldwide, because worldwide and global mean exactly the same. And then we are going to keep the word sales. That we are not going to change. And then the next word that we're going to change is different. So instead of different, we're going to write numerous. We are aiming for Band 9. So we don't want to write numerous. We don't want to write different. We replace that with numerous. And then we replace the word types with kinds. Note, types has an S at the end. So kinds also has an S at the end. And then we are going to keep the next word, which is off, And we are going to replace digital games with computerized and electronic games. We are going to replace digital games with computerized and electronic games. And then we are going to replace from 2010 to 2014 with beginning from 2010 to 2014. Beginning from 2010 to 2014 to replace from 2010 to 2014. So we have finished the first part. We have paraphrased the information that is given to us by IELTS. We have also succeeded in using some Band 9 advanced vocabulary right in the introduction. We have used the word exhibits. Now, if you don't want to use exhibits, or if you think you will not remember it in your exam, you can use demonstrates. The bar chart demonstrates, because demonstrates and exhibits and shows mean exactly the same. Demonstrates. Don't forget the S at the end. Once you have written the first part, the next thing that is extremely important in the introduction is to talk about the units. And we always use this sentence. The units are measured in US dollars. Okay? The units are measured in US dollars. So as you can see from our diagram, we have the units 0, 5, 10, 15 in US dollars, okay? Billions to be more precise. So don't forget to talk about the units. The units are measured in US dollars. Now, once you have done that, then you have completed writing your introduction. It should be 2 sentences. One sentence that paraphrases IELTS statement, and the next sentence is about the units. The units are measured in US dollars. Once you have done that, then you move on and write the overview. So the introduction should just be 1 paragraph. And as you can see, it's 2 sentences. And then after that, you move on to the next paragraph and write the overview. What should you write in the overview? Really, don't make your life difficult. In the overview, simply identify the highest and the lowest key features. What are the highest and what are the lowest key features? Identify them really quickly, and all you have to do is use your eyes. You can see the highest feature has to do with the blue, because when you look at the bar chart, the blue is at the top in 2010, in 2011, in 2012, in 2013, in 2014. The bar chart is at its highest in regards to the blue, which is the online games. So in the overview, identify the highest key feature very quickly, okay? And we have already identified. All you have to do is use your eyes and see that blue has the highest bars. So online games is the highest. And then after that, begin looking for the lowest key feature. Again, just use your eyes and see that green has the least, and that is console games. Very good. Excellent. You have identified the highest and the lowest key feature. Write about it immediately. Remember, you've only got 20 minutes for task 2, so you have to be quick. Now, you always begin writing the overview with the word overall. Do not forget that. Overall means in general. You can also use in general if you want. I would use overall because it is a little bit more advanced vocabulary. And don't forget the comma after overall. So overall, comma, We're now going to write about the highest key feature, and we saw that it's online games. So overall, online games garnered. Garnered is an advanced vocabulary word that means received. Overall, online games garnered, or they made, okay, they made the highest amount of sales. Overall, online games garnered the highest amount of sales in the 4-year period. So from 2010 to 2014. Overall, online games garnered the highest amount of sales in the 4-year period. Don't forget that sentence, 4-year period, okay? And then after that, we want to write about the lowest key feature. Remember, your writing task 1 is about comparing and contrasting. So we have to use vocabulary that makes it very clear that we are comparing and contrasting. And the first word that we use to do that is the word overall. And then we have used the word highest. So we have talked about the highest key feature, and now we are going to talk about the lowest key feature, and to join those two together, we are going to use the linking word whereas. Whereas is a very good linking word, a band 9 linking word that indicates that you're comparing things. Whereas. So overall, online games garnered the highest amount of sales in the 4-year period, whereas console games, if you look at green, it has the list, whereas console games accrued the least total amount of earnings. Whereas console games accrued. Accrued means received, garnered, okay, made the least total amount of earnings. Okay, whereas console games accrued the least total amount of earnings. There were absolutely no console games sold at the beginning in 2010. Okay, so overall, online games garnered the highest amount of sales, that's the highest key feature, in the 4-year period. Don't forget that. And then use a linking word to join the highest and the lowest key feature. I have used whereas. Console games accrued the least. So I have the highest and the least total amount of earnings. There were absolutely no console games sold at the beginning in 2010. So I am giving a little bit, it's a very striking key feature. Remember, in the overview, it's all about the key features. And if you look at 2010, you notice that there is no green at all. So there were no console games sold. That is a very important key feature to talk about in the overview. Okay, so what have we done in the overview? We have identified the highest and the lowest key feature. We have made sure that the examiner knows we are going to be comparing and contrasting through the use of the word overall at the beginning. And we have also used comparative words. Okay, we have used comparatives. We have used highest, least. We have used a linking word to join the two together, and that is whereas. Okay, so remember, when it comes to your overview, really, if you just write about the highest and the lowest key feature, you will not score less than a band 6 in your overview. Don't complicate your life. Simply identify the highest and the lowest key feature and use a linking word to compare them. Remember to begin with overall, okay? And use comparative and superlatives, the highest, the least, okay? And you're good to go. Now, the other thing that I would like to point out is the vocabulary. In the introduction, I use the word exhibit, worldwide to mean global. So memorize that vocabulary. Every time you get the word shows, you can replace it with exhibits. When you get the word global or you get the word international, you can replace that with worldwide. When you get the word different, you can replace that with numerous. Types, you can replace it with kinds. Digital games, you can replace that with computerized and electronic games. Okay, and when you get from 2010 to 2014, you can replace that with beginning from 2010 to 2014. And then do not forget in the introduction to write about the units and just memorize the sentence. The units are measured in. Now, obviously look at the bar chart or the diagram that you receive to make sure that you write the correct units. In this case, the units are measured in US dollars. And then once you have done that, begin your overview immediately with the word overall, okay? And I have used vocabulary such as garnered, simply means received or sold, okay? Accrued, okay? And also in the overview, don't forget to talk about the 4-year period, in the 4-year period, in the 5-year period, depending on the diagram that you receive for your IELTS Writing Task 1, okay? And really, don't complicate your life. In the overview, just identify the highest and the lowest key feature. You will write about the rest of the details in body paragraph 3 and body paragraph 4. Okay, so that's how you write the introduction and the overview of this particular bar chart. In the next video, I will teach you how to write the body paragraphs 3 and body paragraphs 4. So if you found this lesson helpful, you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up. That encourages me to keep uploading more videos and to be enthusiastic, okay? So give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with others. Please help me to help others. Help me to help others by sharing this video so that other people can also benefit. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, and look out for a lot more videos on IELTS Writing Task 1, Task 2 and IELTS Speaking Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3. Now, thank you very much everyone, and see you in our next lesson. Bye bye.